Hello guys, hello ladies and welcome. Yeah, we're live. We're live, we're in the shack. It's Friday night. And as promised we are here. We'll see what's happening. Hello Clarence, good evening sir. And yeah. If you hear any loud banging, don't worry, it's upstairs because little Tommy plays in the room right above. So any banging, there's nothing we could do about it. Well, I suppose I could run upstairs and beat him up. No, seriously. Not much we can do. But yeah, we've got about an hour or so. We'll have a bit of fun. Hello, Rob. Good evening, sir. So what we're going to do? Well, we're just going to mess about with radios. That's all. At the moment we've got the aerial plugged into the homemade home base. Although this is on, there's no aerial in it. You know, if we get to it later, we can switch the aerial over later if we need to. So, let's go. Yeah. So there we go, guys. Yeah, you can probably hear that. Yeah. I think she had friends over as well, Courtney, earlier, because she's got a friend who's got 2 kids, so yeah, they're probably all up there as well. So, still I can't moan the fucking noise I make, you know. So there we go. Yeah. Let's just lift this. I asked Christine earlier, put a tape recorder under the desk. She has done, but the problem is, oh shit, she put it flat. I said stand it up under the bench, she put it flat. Oh well. There we go, that's better. Put my feet under there now. Hello Jason, good evening sir, welcome. Nice to see you in. We'll get a few of the hellos and shit out of the way first, and then we can start messing with radios, start doing something. So let's yeah, where did she put that? What do you call it? I asked to put one of my realistics in here. One of the ones I've got that's in boxes. It's over there on top of that stereo. Can stay there for now, move it later. Yeah, it's right behind me. If I move back, there you go. There we go. So, let's move over to camera number 1. And there we go, guys. So shift out of the way. And this is what we've got. There we go. Let's see what we do. Let's turn this up. This is on 19. There's a bit of activity on here tonight. Don't usually get any activity on here.
We're using anymore. I've got a replacement. One, we're off to the restaurant here, so we need to propose here.
And they both kicked his ass. That Tim Witherspoon was for not a world title but for something else, and Tim Witherspoon won it. Fucking unbelievable.
Hello, Chris. Good evening, sir. Have a look round mid-band. Moving on there, turn it, get rid of this, there we go. Go back to UK.
10 million quid, I think.
Let's turn that down. Right. So that's where we're up to with that. We'll go in a bit and have a chat, we'll see what's happening on here. Bit of interference. Leave it on there. See if anybody comes on the box. See if anybody... What we'll do, we'll leave that there, see if anybody fancies shouting in. If you're an amateur radio yourself and you want to come in, you want to shout in and have a chat with me on the GB3CR repeater, sorry. If you want to come in on the, if you want to come into the box and give me a shout, go ahead. No worries, we'll have a bit of fun with that. Just turn this back round here. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. There you go, guys. It's this one here that we're concentrating on. If you want to shout in, or if you want to open the box and shout in, go ahead. Hello, hello, Mark, Bernie, and everybody else from Birmingham Boy. Yeah. Hello, Karen. Hello, everyone trying to catch up. Andy, did you do anything about the motorbike? Yeah, I did. I did. I went back onto the listing to have a look and it had gone, so it put me off. So I've gone off the idea because there's nothing else that I fancy. And besides, it's a bit too cold now. I muck about with a motorbike. I'll think about something in the summer. Right, so let's see what we've got. Let's have a look around here.
Getting car driving up, it's easy to be here.
somebody there on channel 27. Turned the wrong knob, guys. I'm actually getting, you know, I've just put my glasses on. I'm actually getting about fucking £5 worth of shit, you know. Yeah. About £5 worth of noise. According to that.
So you retired and he agreed to do something else. He was set up for life. And all his life, all you wanted to do is have a big payday to show everybody what it was like. And it was fucking good.
Yeah, I remember when he fought fucking Alan Lynn.
Yeah, I just mentioned it, didn't I? London, Wembley Arena.
Top Big 10.
Nice.
Yes. A couple of locals, well, locals a couple of miles away. Who's on there? Turn it down a bit. Looks like somebody's keying it up. Yeah, let's have a look at this repeater. I can't remember how you do it now. I think you just key the mic. Yeah. M6 on the M6 ANP on the GB3CR repeater, calling and standing by for anyone who might be listening. You want to see all the radios I've got, Karen? This is only a couple of them. I've got loads, but I bet I've got about 30 of them knocking about. If you want to buy a radio, Jason, I'll sell you a radio. Depends which one you want and how much you want and how much it is. You know. Depends which one you want. You got an idea what I've got. If you want to buy a radio, I'll flog you a radio. I don't mind doing that. M6 ANP calling and standing by on the GB3CR repeater. Over. Is anybody there listening? See, now and again, guys, if you put a call out, somebody sometimes comes back. Which Midland 3001? I've got three. I've got two of them. I've got one in the box, and I've got one that isn't in the box. The one in the box has got the original microphone with it. But if you want a 3001, I can do you a 3001. I've got two or three of them knocking about. Yeah, I'll phone you up tomorrow, Jason. I'll phone you up tomorrow and speak to you about it. Not speak about it on here. I'll phone you up tomorrow. Give you a bell. But yeah, I don't mind parting with one. Let's have a look over this side.
Everybody says, you know, it spoils them and it ruins it. It fucking doesn't. They open them up when they take them to fucking Arctic, don't they? They're always opened up for different frequencies. That's what the mod's there for. No, not just, no. Use them on other frequencies. Use them on...
Yeah, I think it was about 4.5 grand. Remember, like, because I got the money back. Because at the time, it's like my mum paid for her own funeral. Really. She put it away for her own funeral and all that, and put some money. Government's the worst. They really are.
So what we'll do, we'll put it on channel 13 Muppet. And we'll see if Graham Microchips comes in. If he does, we'll see if we get a bit of a chat, because the one in the box, yeah, no problem. I'll flog you that. Yeah. Yeah, it works perfect, that. It's complete as well. It's got everything with it. It's not brand new. You know, it's not brand new in the box, but it's in the box. I gave it a tune up. I gave it a tune up when I first got it. I give it a tune up when I first got it. I bought that from Goldborn. I bought it from Chris, not Chris, George Christophe. Bought it off him because I bought a job load off him. So yeah, we can now put them on my head properly. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I had a bit of an issue. I had a bit of an issue. Yeah, she's still got a company up there. Yeah. Yeah, I had an issue with the camera. Because I had an issue with the system because it would only send me video. It would only send me videos out in standard definition. And it turned out, me being the klutz that I am, let's just turn this volume down. It might be a bit higher because I'm going into the red a bit. Oh, there should do it. There we go. And it turned out that, because I'm sat right next to the camera, and it turned out that it was the settings on here that needed to be set. And I checked what I did. I looked at how the one in the workshop was set, and then I set it up exactly the same. We've also got the handheld walkie-talkie radios there as well. Yeah, let's see what else we've got knocking about, because we're not getting much out. I mean, we've got stuff on the CB knocking about, but
mind-blowing school for us, I don't think you will do.
Who's that?
Not them shower shit, not United. I don't fucking follow them shite. Hey, look, he won't go there, mate. He wants Champions League, doesn't he? He won't go there. No, fuck it up.
Goes round to me that about 3G. See, we're so lucky, it was like coming on with the guests down here, it's like coming down the door, everybody's stuck.
Yeah, I'm expecting a visit from Microchips in the near future to come and come and collect this microphone. I'll give you a quick look at it, guys. The Handmaster Desk microphone, not that one. Might not be able to see it. That one there. That's going in a couple. That's going in a couple of days. That's going to Microchips. He's having that. And hey, who we got here? Someone's just sent an email in. Yeah, so we're mainly gonna. Hang on, there we go. Let's get my phone. Yeah, it's just there's a message there from Mildred. A message from an email from AliExpress. I don't buy a lot from AliExpress, but you never know, do you? You know, I get the odd thing. Let's see.
The only thing I can do about it is put the filter in, but I've got to get up and fucking change the USB port. I can't be asked. I'm back. Why are you talking in this toilet? Because I thought it might be that, what the Tesla is in the background, but it's my computer because I've been at work. You ain't got no crackling. Oh, John said I've. Dead key, tell me. Well, you don't normally dead key, do you? But he said he could hear it even when I'm talking. Yeah, he can, mate. It's just that you couldn't. No, I couldn't. I just turned volume up. Can you hear it? Yeah, it's because it's on. I'm still on my work computer, aren't I? Roger. Have you got a Fabia out there with pigs? I'm on my work computer there, you know. When I finish work, I can't be asked fucking switching it over. I'll switch it over in a bit. Well, don't worry about that. I was just saying if you've got some pigs there, I could do some crackling. I'm in pork scratches. Yeah. The computer's still up because it's connected to certain things. Well, I've got like USB filter, so I just switch the wire out.
Yeah, this is what we get on 19, guys.
What's crackling? The volume goes up. I heard him, Terry. Roger. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I must tell you that. Just.
I thought I heard that come to life then.
We're on TV, Roger.
Yeah, come on, let's find something. I would go on here, but I don't like one of the people who are on here, so we're going to speak to it.
Yeah, he's illness, mate. I know it's...
Right, Angel. He's a cunt, eh? Right, there you go, Dad.
Here we got.
Yeah, it's alright.
I don't think the GBR is connected to the hub net at the moment for some reason. Maybe maybe technical issues. Right. Yeah, because it was working great. Let's turn that down a minute. Yeah, because it was working great last week, wasn't it? I mean, yeah, we had all sorts coming in last week. It was okay. We'll leave it for a bit and see if it comes on. If not, we'll do something. It's going on. This is going on 19 and see what's happening here.
Audio feeds are going into two different devices, and what you're hearing is the shitty USB noise that laptops give you, because they're not the best sockets in the world for USB.
Good evening, guys.
Yeah, do you know for audio devices on USB on computers, they're the shittest audio interface that man has ever made. And it wouldn't cost them it wouldn't cost them a little tiny audio filter in there, at the back of the USB port, you know, or even to do it on just one, and mark it up and say this is for audio devices. Well, that's too much trouble, isn't it? You know, they want to make everything small. And all we need is a little isolation transformer, a diode, I think it's a couple of Zener diodes, and a couple of resistors, and that's it, basically that's it, that stops it.
Roger, Squeaker.
Roger.
Yeah, we got them little filters, and I sent you a link to them before.
Jobbers.
Yeah, I've got two of them.
Yeah, I used to have some with the great ones years ago, but I don't know what the new ones are like, I've not tried them. So, did they work?
Well, you just said me plug it into it.
Yeah, so the newer ones are probably just the same as the old ones, I bet then.
Well, you could probably fit all that shit if you wanted to. They could make one that just fits on the end of a USB lead, and then you just plug the USB lead into your socket, you know what I mean? That's too much trouble for them to do that, isn't it? In fact, computer manufacturers could make a better USB socket, couldn't it, that didn't fucking throw noise out and shit out. It should have that shit built in.
But the voltage, isn't it?
Who is?
On the USB port, the voltage, that's why they get a ground loop.
I don't know. Not sure. Not sure.
Roger, man. Yeah, just
That's quite easy. It won't cost them much money, you know.
they're actually worse what the voltage is on laptops than they are on PCs. Because the fucking, I mean, they can fluctuate from fucking 5 volt to 8 volt to 3 volt. They're all over the place.
Yeah, just cheap, nasty shit, isn't it? They just cobble them together. So long as you got voltage and it powers something up and enables a bit of data transfer. I think that's what it is actually. I think it's data they're jumping across. And that's what you can hear. Data and interference from the processor and what have you. It's in the USB sockets.
Well, that's the worst thing about them. That's the real worst thing, that is, but you know what I've been like that with audio with Max, so.
Yeah, he's got a point in, that guy that's talking there about USB. Because I have a problem. If I connect, if I connect my reel-to-reel here to a computer, it doesn't like it. Even this desktop machine under here doesn't like it. I get a noise. But if I disconnect the earth pin in either the power supply on the computer or the earth pin to the reel-to-reel, it behaves. It's weird. Yeah, and I think I'll just kick the camera. Yeah, and Scraps is behind me. Hello, son. Whoops, there we go. Yeah, so he's got a point, that guy there. That's why I was sat listening to him for a minute. He's got a point, guys. Yeah. Give another shout into this. Oh, bloody hell. There we go. Move on daft glasses. There's,
You know. So you see it more on laptops than you do on a PC, because at least a PC, they're attached to a fucking metal box. You could, but no, you can affect that on your fucking laptop. This laptop, look, my work's laptop is a centimetre thick, including lid.
Alright, oh, I use it. To get us to
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. What you could do though, it's not a bad idea that, actually, what you just said there. Because what you could do, you could make an audio interface or a link, couldn't you? Get rid of that, well, it's not really a grain, really. It's just like I was saying, interference from the CPU and all the electronics that's going on inside the laptop. And it's still connected to the audio system that my mic's on when I'm on my radio. The only way I can get rid of it is by putting that interface in. And sometimes when you just finish work, you can't be asked. But what you could do, I guess you could permanently have that plugged in on the back of the laptop, couldn't you? At the laptop end. But what you'd have to do, you'd have to have like a fly lead that goes into the USB port, and then your little box are like separate.
yeah. A USB.
Yeah, so this guy's talking about interference that comes out of laptops, and it's true that you do get a lot of noise that comes out of laptops and very dirty things.
Yeah, you see, when I use the mic on the laptop on Monday night, you see, in the way I've got it, I won't get any audio over PC.
So, move around.
Do you watch Connie as well?
No comment.
Oh, you fucking sad old. I'm fucking 60 odd.
What day is it today? What day is it?
15th. Bloody hell. So, because you're 63, it means you got to become a monk.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm 63 and a half. Ooh, when you're 64. June next year. The June baby, eh?
On the summer, I was conceived in the field.
What you know? Was it a difficult birth?
That was when I was there.
You said you was born in the field. Did you get your head out and all down?
No, I said I was conceived in the field.
I'm going to make myself a rapamonger.
Make the last one.
I'm going to have some rice pudding as well.
Yeah, you go and stuff your face, cockhead.
I'm starving. I can only eat vegetables and salads.
Hello Ian, how are you doing?
The rice pudding. Oh, me.
Yeah, I'm alright, Andy, but somebody's talking.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to get in between. Yeah, but I'm a bit too fat, I can't slide in.
Yeah, it's not like breathing, you'll be alright. You can lift your tits up as well.
Yeah, Roger Dodger, yeah. Yeah, what are you having on your wrap, Ian?
Vegetables. I'm gonna have. I might do some green beans again. I made a green bean one before with like sprinkle of sweet corn and some carrots, onions, pepper, sriracha sauce, little bit of honey, and wrapped it up on a large chapati, dead tight. It was like having a fucking butty, mate.
Oh, shut up, you're making me hungry and I've not long had my tea.
It was absolutely unreal. It was the best wrap I've had in ages. It was crispy. It was, when I was biting into it, you could feel the crispiness of the chapati.
Roger Dodger, ooh, sounds good. Yeah, you're making me hungry and I've just not long had my tea.
I just said that, you fucking parrot.
Oh, Roger Dodger, yeah. Oh, I weren't sure whether you'd heard me, Ian.
I can hear you. I think you've got some local station near you.
Roger Dodger, yeah, well, I'm not on the usual, I'm not on the big radio, I'm on the homemade home base. I'm doing my usual Friday night on the YouTube.
Oh yeah, your little video. I think somebody keyed up there. It's a cycler. that you, Spanker? So you're doing on YouTube tonight? I'm going in a minute. I'm watching the darts and I'm going to start watching the boxing.
Roger Dodger, yeah. He's still at the darts, yeah.
Yeah, the darts is still playing. I'm watching it right now. And it's an entertainment night tonight. It's boxing from 10 o'clock onwards.
Yeah, I can't remember who's fighting.
Michael Tyson.
Oh, Mike Tyson, and who's he going to be knocking the crap out of?
Well, they say Jake Paul is a YouTuber. He's already a millionaire through, like, offering people out, and he's not even a professional boxer.
Roger Dodger, oh well, I might look in on that, see how he does.
Well, he's 4 o'clock in the morning, mate.
Oh no, I'll be dreaming about naked women by then. I'm afraid, Ian, I'll be in bed.
Well, I'll be dreaming about naked Mike Tyson.
Roger Dodger, we know you dream about naked men. Yeah, Roger Dodger.
Yeah, that's why I got a man in my bed. I mean, come on.
Ignore the bleeping, the other radio's on one at repeaters. There we go. It does it every now and again. Are you a licensed amateur now, Ian? Yeah, right, yeah.
For a good few years, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were, because I spoke to you once on 2 litres.
Don't do it anymore. Took it down, mate.
Yeah, I'm only sat on the repeater. I'm on the GB3CR repeater because there was a lot of activity on it last week and we did well. And one of my subscribers came in and had a chat through, I can't remember the digital network he said it was, but even he managed to get through. So I've just left it on ticking over, you know.
Yeah, Roger. Right, this is their channel. This is the Moscow lot and the Middleton lot. I'm going to let them have 5 minutes, right? But, yeah, I don't go on repeaters anymore. That's it. The lot's gone. 270, PMR, boom. I've got 2 radios with it on. I've just not even wired them up.
Roger Dodger. Yeah, I don't use it a lot, but I do. I like to. It's nice to know that you've got it if you want it. Anyway, sorry for taking over your channel, guys. I'll catch you later, Ian. You enjoy your rap, and you guys, I'll let you guys carry on with your channel. I'll catch you later, guys. Thanks a lot.
No problem, mate. Anytime. Didn't even know you were there. Talking to Cocker till he unscrolls.
Yeah, and I'm on the what? I'm only on the 4 watts tonight. I'm on what I call the homemade home base.
I thought Cocker was having a senior moment for a minute there.
No. He's not that senior.
Yeah, pop on anytime, mate. No problem.
Yeah, cheers for that, mate. I'll catch you later, guys.
Right, mate. Take it easy.
And there we are, guys. A bit of a laugh there, you know. We had a bit of humour there. Oh, turn the put it into PA. Turn the squelch down because these Cybernet boards, they have a squelch pop, and when the volume's down, and I didn't do the modification when I had it in bits, and I can't be bothered with it now. I'll probably do it, but it'll be one of those, you know, when I can be bothered sort of things. Hi Julie, honey, nice to see you on, love. Do you know something? I could read the chat a bit better this week. Yeah, I could read it a bit better this week. I mean, the last couple of weeks in this room I've really struggled with it, but my eyes must be improving. Yeah, so that's what we that's what we do, guys. You know, we that should focus in a minute. That should sort itself out in a second. One of them's got to be out of focus because they're both at different angles. But yeah, we've just been talking to a lad called Ian up the road. We call him Cockhead. He's not far from me. He's a couple of miles away. Yeah, so we'll just leave that ticking over. You know, we're on it. We'll leave it ticking over. See if anybody comes in and, you know, you know, because although it is the Vintage CB Radio Shack, you know, I like to include all kinds of radio. not only CB but everything, because you know, like let's just come to me a minute while we speak. Like I've said to you guys, you know, I said to you before, I mean, there's a lot of snobbery between amateur radio and CB radio, and there shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, radio is radio. You know, I mean, you get, like, there's places on Facebook, ham radio groups, and they won't, you know, if you try selling CB radio gear, they'll block you. They won't let you sell it. And that's wrong. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, two-way radio is two-way radio, and, you know, there shouldn't be any snobbery attached. I mean, I don't attach any snobbery. I mean, I use, I use all forms of it. I mean, like I've just been saying, the cockhead, it's there if you need it. You know, it's there if you need it, but if you don't need it, then at least it's there if you want to. You know, it's nice to have. I mean, I sold my last HF radio. I think it was a Yaesu. I think it was a Yaesu 840. I can't remember, but I sold that, and I shouldn't have done. But the only reason why I sold it was I had no aerial at the time, and I couldn't use it. And a friend of mine wanted it. So I flogged it. And you know, up until recently, I wasn't able to replace it. You know, so this one I've got now, I don't care how skint I get or how much I owe somebody, I won't be selling me radio. You know, that's not going to happen. Let's just see. Hi Karen, hope things is good. Oh, hi Jules, hope things is good. It looks like an awesome setup there, Andy. Thanks, Julie. I watched the tour video. Hang on, let me just put my glasses on. I said I could fucking see it, now I bloody can't. Easy. Wish my eyes would make their mind up. It looks like an awesome setup there, Andy. Thanks, Julie. I watched the tour video the other day. It's nice equipment. Oh, the tour, yeah, when I went round everywhere. And good to hear them working. Well, that's what they were made for, you see. You know, that's it's what they're made for, Julie. You know, they're not made to sit there. You know, some people buy radios. I know people who buy radios and never use the bloody things. You know. I mean, you know, there's no point in having them if you're not going to use them. I mean, yeah, put them to use. You know, buy them, switch them on, and have a good chat. Let me just go to. I'm gonna just pop to the kitchen a minute, guys. I'm gonna just go in the kitchen cupboard and get that. I'll give you all a look at that radio that we're gonna talk to Jason about. Oh, it should be in the cupboard right behind this door. Remove the dog bowls. There we go. Midland 3001 in a box. There it is. There we go. Yeah, there was a couple of bits on top of it, like radio cases. That's what the clanging noise was you heard. Excuse showing you my belly. Right. Well, that's what we've got for you, Jason. A nice boxed Midland 3001. And this should be complete. I may have to move further back in the seat to show you. Yeah. It's got everything in this. I think it's even got the instruction manual. But there you go. I'm not going to pull it all out. Yeah, why not? Yeah. There's the factory original mic. Factory original mic. Along with the power lead, which I've just dropped. We're going to have to pick that, bend down and pick that up. Make sure I don't drop the mic. Oh, bloody power lead's dropped on the floor. I hate that because it means I've got to bend down for it. There we go. Power lead. I might put a new power lead in with it actually. I actually will. I won't leave that one. I'll put a nice new one in. I've got some new ones. I'll put a nice clean new power lead in there for you. The bracket. And I'm sure it's got the... Yeah, there we are. Instruction manual. And that was the mic clip. Come here, you. There's a couple of screws in there as well for the mic clip. There's the mic clip. And last but not least, yeah, there's a screw in there for the mic clip. Oh, there a minute. There we go, look at this. This is not meant by any stretch of the imagination, but it's nice. Like there. There we go. Midland 3001. It's nice and clean actually. There's a bit of paint missing there. But hey, it's... What's the date on it? March 1982. It's one of the later ones. From 82. But yeah. Lovely old radio. But what we'll do, we'll put that back in the box. I'm not going to mess about wiring it up, it does work. It was serviced about a year or so ago. There we go. I won't put the power lead in because I'm going to put a new one in with it. I've got some nice new ones on the shelf. So we'll put a new power lead in with that. Put the mic in, that's the original mic. There we go. Don't know how these were originally packed, but that's how I've packed it. And we will put a new power lead in there with that. So it has a nice new fresh power lead. See if we can put that down so that we can close the box at least. Yeah, I won't send it out just in this box. What I'll do, I'll put this box in another box. I don't need to bubble wrap it because it's in its protective environment. Oh, the mic clip. Can push the mic clip on the back of the mic, I would have thought. There we go. Now, there we go. Should just go in, there we go. Yeah, we'll get this. Yeah. I mean, it's about time I got rid of some of these. I mean, let's face it. There we go. We'll put a new power lead in there, and that's the old one. We'll not send it out with that. Put a nice new power lead in with it. Oops, I've just kicked the camera again. Andy, as you know, I'm a Uniden fanboy, but could marry a 3001. Yeah. Well, the 3001 is better than a Uniden. I mean, I'm not really a Uniden fan. I don't really rate them. They're not bad by any stretch. You know, they're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just not a big lover of them. The other thing is with the Unidens, you can't adjust the frequency. You know, you just can't do any of that sort of stuff. You can't, you know, once it starts to drift, it's drifting and there's nothing you can do. I think there is a modification, but I'm not sure how it's done. I've never performed it myself. But there is a modification that you can do for there is a modification that you can do to actually put them on frequency. Yeah, been one of those weeks for me. Spinning head with, well, I hope everything pans out okay for you, Julie. Absolutely, love, you know. Hope it all starts to settle down and you get back to some sort of what's the word, equilibrium, normality. Yeah. Yeah, sad to say there's not a lot been happening on here tonight, but we've had a bit of a chat. Let's move it to 19. That's...
Not like this one now here, the one over there, my dad, I get off his stretch out and it's not going to go anywhere.
Granddaughter's in there, so that was
Done.
Sorry about that, just be down on the phone.
As you know, guys, so you all know now that the homemade home base works. Not that any of you's actually doubted it, but yeah. I thought I'd come on that tonight and show you that working. And you know, we've got the little mobile radios, little handheld radios here.
Welcome.
Yeah. This is a TID radio I did, made by a company called TID. I think this is the, I can't remember what model it is, but I did a review on this when I bought it. I bought this because, what's his name? Neil from Retro, from, I can't remember the name of his channel. Retro World, he bought one. But he bought the black one. I decided to go for the translucent one, just to be different. But you know, they're actually quite a nice little radio. They're not bad, you know. And yeah, 10 watts on the output. Put that up there. You know, 10 watts on the output, not bad. And that's my Quansheng next to it. And my Bofengs fell over. These Bofengs, they're a bit shite. They do the job. You know, they do the job in an emergency. They're about 20 quid, 25 quid, them little Bofengs. Which is this little animal here. That one. You know, they're about 25 quid. I like the design of the translucent radio. So do I, Julia. That's why I went for it, because I thought, well, should I go for black? Or should I bite the bullet and go for the translucent. I thought I'll go for the translucent because it's different. And it's a good radio. I was talking to a guy who I know, and he lives about 6 miles away from me, 6 or 7 miles, and I was talking to him in the workshop on that, and I had no problem at all hearing him, and he had no problem hearing me. The signal was a bit low. That's well, you expect that. You expect your signal to be a bit low because you're on a one-hander with a small aerial. If I was on this one talking to him because it's connected to the co-linear, I'd have knocked his needle ding right across to the other side. You know, I'd have pegged his meter, I would say. But yeah, it's actually nice to be. It's actually nice to be in this room again, guys, because I've not used this room for quite some time, and you know I had to get rid of all the cobwebs, and I really mean that. I mean that sincerely, guys. There was cobwebs in here. It looked like the Munsters. Looked a bit like the Munsters. Because there was cobwebs. I keep catching that camera with my chair. Just shift over a bit. There we go. Let's come back to you lot. But yeah, you can see the Shark Vertical is behind me. We've got a realistic handheld on the top of there. I've got 3 of them realistic handhelds. I've got one that doesn't work. And well, actually, I've got 4. I've got 2 that are in the 2 that work and boxes for them. I've got 1 that doesn't work, which is spares, which I picked up because I buy boxes of spare parts. Just randomly buy boxes of shit. You don't see everything until it's ready to be, you know, debuted, if you like. Till I'm ready to show you, but you know I don't do anything that you guys don't know about. You know, like I wouldn't go out buy a radio and try and pass it off as one. You know, that I say I've fixed and I haven't fixed. I've just bought it working. I don't do that because that's not fair doing that. You know, but that being said, I don't show everything either. I mean, you know, the odd tune up I'll do if I've never done it. If I've never tuned a certain radio before, and I don't know the exact, I don't know the exact procedure. What I'll do, I'll actually look at the radio off camera. I won't tune it, but I'll look at it off camera, and I'll sit and I'll look at it and I'll try and work out by the position of the transformers and coils and try and determine what's in the receive, which part is the receiver and which part is the transmitter. You tend to find that with a radio, most of the radio is the receiver, and there's only a small portion of adjustments that are actually the transmitter. You know, it's, you know, but it's, you know, it's a good hobby to get into. You know, get an aerial chucked up and get a bit of a radio on the end of it. You know, once and it's free communication, guys. You know, CB radio is free communication. Once you've paid the initial outlay, for a radio and had the aerial put up, and you're up and running, you know, you get your power supply and everything, you're up and running, you know, it's free after that. You don't have to pay another penny. You know, but if you want the amateur side, then yes, you have to pay to do the course but the license is free. My license is due for renewal next year. I'll probably do. I'm not sure what point next year. I'll probably do it in the middle. I'll probably do it in the summer. All you do is just either ring up Ofcom or go on the website. Put your call sign across, your name and your call sign and a couple of other details, and they renew your license automatically for free. You know, but the initial outlay, you know, this radio here, well, not this particular one because this one's mine. Let's go back to cameras again because you can't see what I'm doing. Let's go back to camera 1. Right, this little radio here, guys. These are, I think if I remember rightly, these are about. These are just either under or just over £100. They're a good little starter radio. If you want to use 2 meters, or 70 centimeters, they're a good starter radio. You know, they're great for that. Well, that's what they're made for. They're a good starter radio, but you know, you can get stuff that's bigger. You know, you can get radios like the Yaesu 89. I think it's the 897, which has got HF. They're basically a shack in a box. They've got HF and UHF all in one thing. You know, it's all in one radio. A lot of radios are made like that, but I like to have them separate. And even if I had the money to purchase a radio with everything all in it, I probably wouldn't do it. Because if it dies, say your transmitter develops a problem, then there's a problem. Then there's a chance it could affect everywhere, and you've got no radio. Yeah, you know, there's a chance that could happen, and you'd have no radio at all. So I like to have it separate. That's why the HF is separate. And you know, this is the HF one here, the Yaesu 450D, and I like this radio. It takes a bit of getting used to, and I'm still getting used to it, but I do like the radio. I like the fact it's got a bloody big display. You know, and it's easy to read because it's big. I've not read the manual for it yet, so I don't know what everything does. I know the main things. I've sussed out the bits I want to use. I know what a great deal of it does. Obviously, it's a radio, so I know what the ALC and all the rest of it and such things as such rudimentary controls as the mic gain and stuff like that. You know, I know what all that sort of stuff does, obviously. But, yeah, last week we had a few problems. The week before we had a few problems. Did we have a few problems last week? Yeah, we did, because my voice was out. The video spent most of its time with my voice out of sync. But we've since got past that. We've got past that, my voice being out of sync. I thought it was going to come to life then. It's a shame, isn't it, guys? Because this time, mind you, it wasn't this time, was it? It was a bit later, wasn't it? Because I came on, then I went off, and I realised I was out. M6ANP returning. Good evening, that station.
Good evening yourself, that station. It's Mike 7 Golf Papa Quebec here. How you doing this evening?
M6ANP returning. Yeah, Andy at this end, I'll give you my name, it's Andy at this end, I'm in Stockport, and I'm doing absolutely diddly. Thank you very much, I'm absolutely lovely. I hope you are the same, my friend.
Good evening, Andy. It's Ian. As I said, yeah, absolutely smashing. It's a Friday night. I've finished work for the week. I've got a glass of wine on the go. I'm sitting on the radio, and life is, pretty good actually, to be fair, at that point.
Yeah, M6ANP returning, yeah. I'm just doing a YouTube live stream, and I've had this on since I came on. I didn't think it was going to come to life, because last week we had a good bit of action on here, Ian.
All right. Oh, you're live streaming. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. Yeah. I tell you what, mate. I find that it's quiet on FM and UHF. It really is. That's all I've got to play with at the moment. I'm fairly into this. You can tell by the M7 bit. So yeah, it's well, if you're live streaming, hello to anybody that's there as well in the background listening in at this point.
Well, M6ANP returning. That's right. The name of the YouTube channel, in case you're interested in having a look, is the Vintage. Hang on a minute. The Vintage CB Radio Shack. Because I was just saying to me subscribers, my viewers, a few minutes ago, that there's a lot of snobbery between Citizens Band and amateur radio. I cover it all on here, because I'm a CB operator and I'm a licensed amateur operator as well. I am only an M6, which is, as you know, is the foundation license. I never bothered going any further because I was going to, because when I first came on there was loads of people, it was a hive of activity, and then it just died off, so I never bothered over. I clicked there before it bleeped. M6ANP, and they said M7 then. Hey, get it right. M6ANP returning. Yes, I don't believe in radio snobbery. And when it comes to radio, I'm a commoner, and I love all aspects of the hobby, whether it be over on here on the repeaters on 2 meters, HF, CB. Get yourself a CB, and have a dabble about. It's it's a completely different world. I mean, there's not a lot going on it now, but the more people who get it, then it might come back again. I believe there is another golden age for radio, and people like me coming on YouTube and demonstrating the equipment and showing how easy it is to use the equipment. It might people might think, hang on a minute, you know what I mean? Because when they use a mobile phone, basically, to all intents and purposes, and when you use a mobile phone, you're using a two-way radio. You're just using it in duplex, and you're using it in duplex, I think it is, and or is it, no, it's not. It's simplex, isn't it? Yeah, using it in simplex, I think, if I remember rightly. But it's the same principle. The only difference with this, you're not paying for it. Once you've paid for the initial outlay of the equipment, then you've paid for the equipment, and you can use it for free.
Yeah, exactly right. chat, that's all fine, but, you know, FaceTime makes it easy to put a net together, doesn't it really? But, you know, it's not that great. I love this, and I'm now on your channel, and I can hear my voice, and that's freaking weird, I'll be honest with you. But, that's awesome. Look, to me, I got into this hobby because I wanted to get into radio. I wanted a hobby, and the ham radio was like the way to go, so I bought one of the little Chinese fake radios and just people learning sound repeaters and stuff like that, and then take the foundation course. But I am considering getting a TV radio. One of the ones on the you know, SSB and stuff like that. You've got a chance to...
Still think it's on the low side, but I think it might be just the repeater. I've just set it on the slightly on the lower side to catch all those people on those legacy radios that tend to overshoot a bit. But you know, this is me on the TID radio. So, and by the way, Dave, not wishing to correct you, it's Phil Papa Hotel India Lima, not.
He's a bit of an ignorant, get him, isn't he?
I think I might have heard that twice now, but maybe it was me and my hearing, so apologies if I got that wrong. Anyway, right, we've got somebody out there who's got both of these two radios. We've got Darren, M3 PVX with the T1, and has also got a TID radio as well. So, yeah, good evening, Darren. And I wonder how you're getting on with your T1s. Over to you, good evening.
M0HOY connected to
Yeah, we've just been hijacked, guys. I think these are the guys who come on here, actually.
He was just a little bit, a tad low before. But yeah, the T1 does what I want it to do, because it was just an idea of having one in my pocket, because I'm around the house a lot, up and down the 3 floors, and I didn't want to risk carrying one of my good radios and dropping it and breaking it again out of my pocket. So it serves a purpose. The one that's not been modded.
It's gone off. Yeah, break. What happened there? I don't know what happened there, Ian. Somebody just jumped on the channel. Don't know what's happened there now. Yeah, I'm still here, Ian. M6ANP returning. Are you there, Ian? I forgot your call sign.
M7GBQ returning, Andy. Yeah, I'm still here. Like I say, all of a sudden I let go of the mic, and there was 4 or 5 other people on here talking. I was like, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Nice to get you back.
M6ANP returning. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. We just got hijacked. I mean, I think those guys come on. I heard one of them last week. I think those guys come on this repeater. I think the regulars on here. The one that was booming over was anyway, because I was talking to him last week over.
Yeah, there's a few that are on here regularly with it being on there. I know that. I think it's Steve, the kind of build part of it is on here quite a lot. I wasn't sure if that was him or not. I'm just looking at your YouTube channel now. We are at least on the same. We're both on the Mold gateway here, by the looks of it, the GB3CR.
That's right, yeah, it is. Let me just turn my squelch up a bit. There we go. Should do it. Yeah, we are. We're on the Mold repeater. I've got a few of them programmed in here, but the only two you tend to hear activity on is this one, and I can't remember the name of the other one. I can't remember, oh, it's gone out of my head. But there is another one that, I believe the other one's a private one, it belongs to the guy that runs it. I believe it's in his garden.
I know I think it's GB3SJ. I was talking to the guy that owned that one. He was in Spain the other week. He was basically just hopping into a hub that he got while he was down there. There's a few though. I get very confused because I think I'm talking on what is a repeater, and then it turns out I'm on HubNet. So there's a whole bunch of little repeaters around sort of the Newcastle, the Lyme, Stoke-on-Trent area. But they seem to all just go into HubNet at the moment. I really get very confused about who I'm talking to or, how it's working, to be fair. But we're both hitting mold from, I don't know, I'm 40 odd miles away from mold, so that's good.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how far I am, because I think mould is it approaching up towards Wales? I can't remember. I'd have to look at the map. But yeah, I'm a good way away from it. My Linear's not that high either, my Linear's only up halfway up the building. So I'm actually surprised that it gets out as well as it actually does, but it does very well.
Yeah, I've got a little Cobra AC30. It's on the garage roof. I've got an elevation of about 180 metres where I live. So on top of the garage roof, which is about half the height of the house, with a sort of a 2-metre pole, and I'm hitting mould quite easily from there, which is great. If I put it on a 5-metre pole, I could probably get the other side of Manchester with any luck. But I'm like I say, I'm in North Staffordshire, so about 20 miles south of 15 miles south of Chester, and I'm hitting mould quite easily, which is just across the border in Wales.
M6AMP returning. Yeah, I'm in Stockport, by the way. Which is quite a few miles away from it, so it's not too bad. But I'm in a little place called Bridlington. It's I think it's a couple of 100 feet above sea level. It certainly feels like that when you pedal up the hill to get home on a bike.
Yeah. Well, if you're in Stockport, you're kind of on the where I am is at the bottom end of the Pennines or whatever anyway, so yes, you probably are at that elevation where we'll be the last to be flooded, mate, if England goes under, so, we'll be alright. Back to you, this is M7GPQ.
M6AMP returning. Yeah, that's very, very true, Ian. Very, very true. Yeah, if you've a mind to, subscribe to my channel if you want to. I'm here every Friday night live, and I also do repairs, or attempt to. I am an electronics engineer, but my forte, I'll be honest with you, my forte isn't two-way radio, but I'm learning. I've only recently got into really doing it over the last couple of years, and I'm beginning to pick it up, how I know how it works and all that lot, but I can struggle sometimes looking for faults. I can be there for ages looking for a fault, and I don't like giving up until I find it. So, but we do repairs. We do repairs, tune-ups and all that lot, and I do them all live, and so any muck-ups I make, everybody sees it. M6AMP, microphone back to you, Ian.
M7GPQ returning, Andy. Like I say, I'm watching your channel right now, which is a little bit weird because I hear myself coming back to you about a minute and a half after I say it. Nice yates that you've got there. What is the... Actually, I'm not good at radios because I've only been doing this a few months myself. What's the mobile that you've got there with that you're talking to me on? Just wondering, out of interest, not that it's that important. Manchester and a bunch of other YouTubers that were there to work out what the hell this was all about. But I have just also subscribed to your channel, so if I need any repairs, I know a man who knows now.
M6AMP returning. Thank you very much, Ian. Yeah, the radio I'm operating on at the moment is a Yaesu 7900. It's dual band. It's UHF VHF. It's dual band. 2 meters and 70 centimeters over.
Yeah, roger that, Andy. I'm sitting here with a little Anyphone 778, which is the same thing, dual band. It's not quite the Yaesu quality by any stretch of the imagination, but I just wanted to find out if I like the hobby. The exam's not that expensive to do. It's 30 odd quid to go and take it, and a couple of weeks study, and you find out if you can get it. I figured, there's 12-year-old kids take this test, so I think I can manage it. And then I just bought this little Anytone and the AC30 on the advice of a friend of mine who's got a really good setup down the road. Beautiful setup he's got. But he's like, look, get this, it'll get you on the air, it's cheap and cheerful, but it does the trick. And like I say, I'm sitting here in Newcastle on the line, but I'm hitting a repeater in Mold, 40 odd miles away, talking to a guy in Stockport who's got his own YouTube channel. What a great night! Back to you.
12510 time out.
Yeah, that's just timed out the repeater. Ah, there we go. I think we're still on it though. I did my license in 2011, Ian. I did it because I already had the HF. I forget what it was. I think I had the Kenwood, Kenwood 440. I think it was I had, and I couldn't really use it because I wasn't licensed. And I thought, well, I may as well get me licensed, then I could use my radio to its full potential. And then I bought this. I've got a couple of handhelds, as you can see, 3 handhelds. We've got the Quansheng, which is this one here. Then we've got the TID radio. They're good little radios. And then we've got the little Baofeng just to the right there. But I love the hobby. I do. I think it's great. M6AMP returning. Yeah, the Quansheng, the one I've got is quite an old one. I've just kicked the camera again there, guys. I do apologise. Mind you, it could have been worse. Could have kicked the bucket. Anyway, no, seriously. I bought the Quansheng. I've had that pretty much since I did my licence. The Baofeng, I got that in a deal I did with a guy who I was talking to on CB. I did a deal with him and got that. They're only about £25 radio, but they get you into it. I just got it because it was in the deal and it just sits there. But they're very bad for spurious, I think it is, emissions. The Baofeng, they're terrible for it. You put them on a signal, you put it near a signal analyzer. It shows off how well it does it. The TID radio's not bad. That's the translucent one in the middle. They're not a bad radio. They've got 10 watts output. Them. I mean, they are nearer 9, but they claim 10 watts, but they do about 8 or 9 in reality. That's what I found. But that's even so. You know, they're not bad little radios. I mean, the one-handers they're making now are better than they've ever been, and they're improving every day. You know, they're getting there, you know, and all my radios, they'll all do PMR, including this one. If I want them to, they'll all do PMR as well. M6ANP, back to you, Ian.
M7GPQ returning. Yeah, it's remarkable when you look at pictures of people's ham radio setups back in the 1960s. I know for some people, by the channel, that might seem an eon ago. For some, it might be, you know, like us, it's not that long ago, or something like me. It's not that long ago, particularly. You know, and yeah, it's for what you can get out of a little Bofang is remarkable. I mean, this thing I'm on now, this little Anytone, it's like 4 decks of cards, the size of it, you know. It's remarkable. I've read a lot of good stuff about the TID radio as well, because I was thinking of just upgrading from the Bofang and getting something a little bit better than that. It would be nice to go, you know, I've got a Yaesu or an Icom handheld, but at the moment I can't justify forking out 80, 90, 100 quid for a handheld when I can get, you know, a TID radio or a Quancheng for 35, 40 quid that's going to do mainly what those will do, maybe just not as well. But, you know, the Bofang got me into it, so I'll always be, there'll be a little bit of loyalty as the way to me there, because for 18 quid, it was a cracking pie to learn how to use it and learn a bit about ham radio. Back to you, Andy.
M6ANP returning. Well, that's it. I mean, the TID radio, they're, I think they're about 70 or 80 quid. I can't remember how much I paid for mine. But mine, they do it in a few different flavours, this model. They do one that's got the digital bits in it. Not sure if mine has, I've not been into it that deeply. But they also do another version, and then they do the unlocked version. Well, the version I've got is the unlocked one. I only found that out because you can program it via Bluetooth on your phone. And when I went down the models, I went to what model I thought was mine, and it wouldn't have it. So I thought I'll just try the unlock version. So I tried the unlock version, and it let me program my radio up. That's how I found out I've got the unlock version. But you know, but like I say, they're good little radios for what they are. You know, and you know they're. Over the years, it's like the Chinese motorbikes. I've had a few of them and had no trouble with them, and you know, but the very first ones were terrible. But that was the same with Japanese stuff. You know, back in the 60s and early 70s, Japanese hi-fi was terrible. You know, it wasn't even dumpster quality. You know, it was terrible. But look how they learned and how they progressed. You know, and in the 80s, you know, they don't now, but back in the 80s, you know, at the height of the Japanese hi-fi invasion, as I like to call it, the Japanese made the best stuff you could get. You know, you went into anybody's house, it was all Japanese, wasn't it? All the hi-fis, and you know, even if it said made in England on the back, you could guarantee it was made in Japan inside. You know. Absolutely brilliant, and that's how these radios from China are coming. You know, they started off a bit rough and ready, and now they're getting there. You know, they're starting to understand the regulations around the world, and they're making radios that can comply with it now. I mean, the TID radio, that does pretty well on the spurious emissions. It's not bad. The Quancheng's good. The Bofang is not so good, but for a little radio, you know, for little radios, I think they're pretty good. They're not bad. No, I mean, they even do one that does CB and everything, but I won't buy one. The reason why is because I have heard that they're terrible for the emissions and really, really bad. and they've not been able to cure them.
Yeah, and the M7GPQ returning. I do the same thing about that. There's purity emissions on those radios when you, try and get on the 11 meter band, just horrendous. And sometimes your secondary is the strongest signal than your primary. Oh my God, excuse me. Sorry about that. And you don't want that. You don't want to be talking to one person and squashing somebody else's conversation further the frequency. I agree with you entirely about the 1970s. It was the hi-fis weren't great. I'm sort of by trade an audio guy, a lighting guy, and other stuff like that. By the 1990s, by the 80s rather, so the Iowa Technics, all that stuff was just, if you wanted to buy something that was audio, you bought the Japanese stuff, because, it had got the quality and it longevity as well. You've only got to look at where Sony came from in the 70s, they weren't that great, and then they took over the world with a little tape recorder that you put headphones on and say, here's a Walkman, and, the world changed for portable audio. Cracking idea. I just couldn't afford a Walkman back in the 80s. I had to have a little high fidelity branded piece of crap, to be honest with you. But, you're right. The Chinese did a great job in the 80s, and the Chinese now doing a great job with these radios. They really are. They're great. I mean, you're still your Yaesus, your Icoms, etc. The Kenwoods are the better pieces of kit, and will be for quite a while. But the Chinese are going to catch up. Definitely. See you, mate.
Absolutely. I remember the original Walkman coming out in 1979. They gave it to Cliff Richard, didn't they? And he was skating round singing "Wired for Sound." "Wired for Sound" was originally written for Stevie Wonder, But as good as Stevie Wonder is, you can't imagine him going around on a pair of roller boots, And it ended up with Cliff Richard, and that's what made the Walkman popular. But the original Walkman, you could record on it as well. It had a mic input. It had two headphone outputs. Had two headphone outputs, so two people could listen to it at once, and you could also record on them as well. M6AMP, back to you, Ian.
M7GPQ, Andy, look, I tell you what, my favourite bit of technology that came out from around that year, maybe getting to the late 80s, early 90s, that was the late 90s really, wasn't it, I think, was minidisc. That to me did everything that tape did, with a lot more. And the fact that you could, once you recorded something, you could re-record, you could change the order of the songs on it. I love the minidisc. I thought it was one of the biggest inventions ever. I don't understand why they kept putting CD players in cars. Do you know what I mean? When there was minidisc available, I loved it. Loved it. Right up until we started getting, audio files and wave files and all the rest of it. Whereas took a little bit of digital information and stuck it into a player. I just love minidisc. I thought it was a brilliant idea, cracking idea. The headphones were all pants, but the actual kit was superb. I loved it. Back to you.
M6AMP returning. You can't knock minidisc, can you? I've just picked one up actually for a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago. He lives in Scotland, and he was after a silver minidisc, a full size separate, to match his Sony amplifier. And he said to me, he says, I can't find one anywhere. I said, hang on a minute, Gaz. I said, we'll have a look on Fleabay. So anyway, I went on eBay and I found one, and we got it, including postage. We got it for £86, and he drove down on Monday. He drove down Sunday night, stayed in a hotel with his wife overnight, and then came here, and he came in, he weighed me in, he sorted us out. and but you know, he likes really, really, you know, really high end stuff. That's what he's into. I mean, he used to live over the road from me. That was how I got to know him. But he moved to Scotland to move in with his girlfriend. And but every time he's up this way, he always swerves in. You know, always says hello, lets me know he's coming a few days before he gets here. But yeah, I got that for him, and he loves mini disc. I mean, I can see why. You know, you know, and they're great for using as covert recorders as well. I know that from experience. I won't go into it, but trust me, I've actually used them in that way. And unlike a tape, a mini disc doesn't go click and let everybody know you've got it. It just stops when it gets to the end.
Node 5125113 disconnected.
Yeah, no, they probably timed out there, Andy, so I'm hoping you're still there, MP7GPQ returning. MP3s were great, they were nice. I was so happy when you went through to put a WAV file onto a computer with, because like I say, as an audio guy, compression annoys the pants off me. I like to hear everything, which is why I like CD quality, which is why I know it is compressed. But when you said that, I mean, I grew up as a child of the 80s. I listen to music that's on MP3 nowadays on my phone and whatever, bit of gear I've got around. And I still hear more of the music than I did on a 45 or an LP at the time, with the crappy little things I had and the silly little transistors you had inside your hi-fi at the time. It's better quality, but, I used to have an affinity for mini disc. I think it's nice gear, and with a decent set of speakers and a good amp, you can get a full range of sound out of them, don't you, really? It's all good, mate. Back to you.
M6AMP returning. Yeah, it's all good stuff. Brilliant. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you to it, Ian. I'm gonna go clear and carry on talking to the people on my channel for a bit. I don't want them to think I've forgotten about them. It's been nice to been nice to speak to you. I'm here every Friday. I mean, I sometimes come on in the week. I just don't come on live on YouTube. Sometimes I only come on the radio on a Friday live on YouTube. But I have another channel as well, Vintage Electronics Repair, where at the moment we're restoring, or should I say, I don't know why I say we, but at the moment I'm restoring an old disco console from the 1980s, a FAL Phoenix, restoring that at the moment, and that's been really terribly abused. But it's coming there. I've got parts on order, waiting for bits to come. I'm putting two replacement record decks in, because I'm not putting them plastic things that were in it. It had two of them plastic things you found in Amstrad hi-fis. They're not going back in it. So I'm putting two MP60 McDonald's in it, BSRs. I'm going to put them in it because I don't have to recut the motorboard; they'll fit. So I'm just working on that as and when the parts turn up. I'm waiting for the amplifiers at the moment and a few other bits, because the amplifiers were that badly damaged I didn't even bother to attempt to repair them. Anyway, I'll let you say your finals. I'll let you come back with your last over, and I'm going to get back to the YouTube and speak to the guys and girls on there for a bit. You'll see me face in a minute. I'll catch you later, my friend. M6AMP going clear, clearing the box. I'll just wait for your final reply, my friend.
M6AMP, this is M7GP. Good to chat to you, Andy. Yeah, I remember the fouls. I had a Sonics system when I was DJing back in the 80s with a couple of BSR decks, and it was lovely. Nice piece of kit that, but I do remember the foul kits as well. I should check out that channel as well and see what you're repairing. Absolutely, like I say, I've subscribed to this one. I'll take a look at your vintage electronics repair as well, mate. It's been lovely to chat. make your acquaintance, and I'll speak to you later in the log, mate. I hope to catch up with you in the future, Andy. From Ian M7GPQ to be, I'm going to go QRT, fill up a glass of wine, and settle down in front of the TV for the evening. Good night.
And there we go, guys. There's a bit of radio chat. He was a nice guy. What a bit of radio chatter there. There we go. Now you can all see what you can see what I look like, Ian. The big fat lump on the chair. That's me. Yeah. So that was a bit of a nice chat there with Ian, wasn't it, guys? Hey, just think I didn't think the box was gonna liven up, and it did, and we got hijacked. Yeah, we got hijacked. I think they realised that there was someone else on here and moved. I don't know, but them guys at work that did come in actually do come on there. I think they go on that repeater every week. There's somebody else. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that just all of a sudden happened, didn't it, Ian? Well, that's it. You see, I mean. You know, there's some of the people you can actually come across on the radio. You know what I mean, Karen? It's there's all sorts of people on it. I mean, you know, you can come across really lovely people. Evening, mate. Good to see you. Thank you very much, Ian. Nice to have you on board, my friend. Absolutely. And it was even more of a pleasure to actually communicate with you on the radio. Yeah, but I thought that was a bit strange. Our chat, you know, well, it's not our repeater, it's anybody's, isn't it? But we got hijacked. Soz, I'm back now. Was on the Swindon net. No, don't you apologise, Jason. You know, come and go as you please, mate. You know that. I don't like it when people apologise because you know you're here because you want to be here, not because you have to be. It's a different matter. You know. Hello, Paul. Nice to see you in with us. You're a bit late. Got a good mind. I've got a good mind to make you bring me an apple in next week, or stand in the corner. Nice to have you in, Paul. I'm getting a bit worried, guys. I'm chatting. Well, yeah, absolutely. You know, enjoy it. It's a really, really good hobby. It was fun chat. It was fun chatting. You know, talking. You know, come here, you. Come here. There you go. There you go. Come here then. I'll let you out in a minute. You can go and do something in the garden. Yeah, I'll let you out in a minute, son. See what time it is. Yeah, it was an interesting one, wasn't it? I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed that bit of a chat. Go and lie down for 5 minutes. Yeah, I enjoyed that chat. It was, you know, that's what the radio's for. Yeah, Clarence said he loves you, Scraps. We all love you, don't we, son? Yes. Yeah, but I'm going to be going soon, guys, because A, there's a couple of things that I want to do before the end of the night, and B, I want to let him out in a minute because he's whining and wandering about, and I don't fancy leaving him. I don't fancy him leaving something in the middle of the floor that I might tread in, which he doesn't. I mean, the other morning, guys, 6 o'clock Thursday morning, he practically pulled me out of bed because I had my arm out on my bed and he was pulling me out. He had my hand in his mouth and he was pulling me out of bed because he wanted to go out. You know, and that's the lengths he'll go to. He's a good dog. You know, and, you know, he'll do his best. He'll do his best not to do it in here. You know, I mean, obviously he has had the odd accident now and again. You know, that's going to happen, innit? You know, but yeah, he's a good dog, really. But yeah, I'll just give you another quick look round my gear before I go because you know there's new people like Ian that and haven't seen everything. We'll give you a quick look. Let's go back to camera 1 we want. There we go. Right, well that bit we've all seen. And we've got my Leeson mic, my 6900 radio there, that one on the top there. We've got the homemade home base. That's the homemade home base. Was on that earlier. We were talking to somebody on that earlier, guys, as you remember. And that's made out of... I bought the case, like I say, I bought the case new because I didn't want to buy a second-hand case. I bought the meters and stuff new. The speaker grill, all the knobs. I mean, the knobs are a bit wonky. My drilling's atrocious. I should have got somebody who could drill straight to drill the holes for me. But my drilling's atrocious, and it's... But, you know, that being said, it does the job, and we've got Muppet and Mid on there. So, you know, it's mid-band and UK 1 to 40. And as you all know, I used a rather scabby Fidelity 2000, which has a Cybernet 134 chassis in it. I used that really as the donor, and I had to add a few parts. I had to add one transistor, and I think it was 3 resistors just to get the RX light to light up. The TX light, the circuitry's already in for that, but I had to add a transistor and a couple of other, I think it's 3 resistors to make the light work. And yeah, I'm quite happy with it. And hey, Microchips hasn't been in tonight, has he? I've not seen him. If you have been in and I haven't seen you, Graham, I'm not ignoring you, mate. I'll be watching your video if you got one for us in a bit. There's another desk mic up there that's going to Microchips. He wants that, because you can't keep everything. And if we move back further this way, if I zoom out, there we go. There's my Armstrong amplifier, which I use here in the shack, and there's my Sony TC 377 reel-to-reel tape recorder. I've got 2 of those. But this is the better machine out of the 2. This is the nicer machine out of the 2. But I've got 2 of them, and they both work good. You know, and right up on the top there, right up, you can just see it, is my TriStar 747. And that frame, that certificate is my amateur license, my amateur radio certificate, which went in a frame, and I put it up there. Obviously this is the appropriate place to put it. We've got another mic there. There's a Kenwood mic. If I turn around here, there's my jukebox. There's the jukebox. There's the jukebox there, guys. It's as far around as we're going. There we go, because otherwise we'll be in the living room. I'm not taking you in there, it needs sorting out. My settee's full of junk. But yeah. Oh, you're going off now, Jason. You take it easy, my friend. And I'll speak to you tomorrow on the phone. We'll discuss your procurement of the Midland 3001 CB. Zoom back in again. There we go. That'll do us. And that's where we're up to, guys. It's been nice, hasn't it? We've had a bit more radio chatter. That lovely fella called Ian came on, and we got hijacked. And I think the guys who hijacked us realised, because they moved, it just suddenly disappeared, didn't they? They probably didn't realise that we were there. But they normally use that box anyway, so you know it's not their fault. Anyway, guys, let's go back to number 2. There we go. I'm going to leave it then. As you can see right behind me is the Shark Vertical. They can give a lot of trouble, them, and servicing them is not for the faint of heart. And Karen and Jeff know that because they serviced one. Because I sent them some service parts so they could get theirs up and running. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. And I'll be back on Vintage Electronics Repair live tomorrow. We will be live with whatever turns up through the post. See if any of our disco console turns up. But I heard you mention, Ian, before I go, I heard you mention on your last over that you had a Cytronic console with 2 BSRs. I've got one here, which is a Cytronic 330 Hawaii Mark II, I think it is. It's got 2 Garrards. It's in a different case. I changed the case because it was unpowered and I wanted it powered, so I changed the case. I bought another case and transplanted everything, and so it's got 200 watt amplifiers, 2 100 watt amplifiers in it now. You know, when I've done that FAL, when that FAL's done, that's going to have 300 watts. It's going to have 150 watts per channel, making a total output of 300 watts. So, you know, and I don't think they made a FAL that was 300 watts. I think the highest they made them was 200, and that was 100 watts per channel. I'll have to check that up and see how right I am. But FAL and Linear were made in the same place, as I've said before, and they were basically the dance set of the disco world. You know, if you were a DJ on a budget, you went for the FAL or the Linear, mainly the FAL, because the FAL was a bit cheaper because it had BSR decks, and the Linear is the same machine but it had Garrards. But this thing I've got here, it had really cheap BSRs from the 80s, so you know they're not going back in it. Obviously, we're putting well, they're not exactly MP60 McDonald's, but they're near enough. I think they're P128s. I'm putting in it. I've already got one in the bedroom, and I've got one that I bought from a friend who lives in Birmingham, a lad called Matthew. I've done some repairs for him, and he's going to bring that with him. I told him not to bother posting it because I don't want the plinth, and I told him he could have the cart, he could keep the cartridge. All I want is the mechanism, so I just want the deck, and I've got a brand new cartridge to go in it, and I don't need the plinth because it's going in the FAL. So, you know, because he was selling them on eBay for 90 quid, buy it now, but I phoned him and asked him if he'd do a deal, and he can keep most of it. I just want the actual deck itself. That's why I've asked him not to post it, because if he brings it here in person, I know it'll survive. Anyway, guys and ladies, and anyone else who's listening like aliens or whatever, thank you very much, guys and girls. It's really nice to have yous in. Really nice to speak to Ian and one on the radio. Really nice to you know, use the radio. And as I say, although we are the CB Radio Shack, the Vintage CB Radio Shack, we'll be using all manner of radio. You know, whatever my licence will allow me to use, that's what we'll use. What I can use, I'll use, and you know, and it's a great. I think people watching this for the first time that don't have a radio, I hope I inspire you. You know, I hope me and Ian talking earlier, I hope it inspires you to think, oh yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind giving that a go. And yeah, go for it, guys. It's a great hobby. You can meet some really, really great people and have a really great time. You know, it can be so rewarding. You know, Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. And because I know Scraps needs a number 2 or a number 1 or both, and I need a number 2 and all. So I'm going to leave you to it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me as always, and join me tomorrow night on the you take care as well, Julie. You all take care, incidentally, every one of you. All stay safe, stay well, look after yourselves and look after each other. That's what it's all about. And I'll be back this way tomorrow night. We'll be back in the workshop and see what's on the bench. Hopefully some more disco console bits will turn up. Because we've got leads to make up to go from the switch, because I've got to turn it from a 12 volt decks. I've got to turn it from a 12 volt system to power the decks to a 240 volt. So I've got to put extra wires in for the switches that I've just put in, because I've just put 2 switches in that can deal with 240 volts. And they're illuminated orange. Most people go for red or green. I decided to be different and go for orange. Anyway, guys, you all take it easy. And my heating's come on, and I'll catch you later. Be tomorrow. You all take care, and like, share, subscribe, buy me a coffee if you want to, but only if you want to. That's completely optional. And I'll be back this way tomorrow. Good night, guys and ladies, of course.